Well, hello again. I was asked today if I'd done a video about using alcohol inks, maybe for backgrounds or whatever. And I don't think I have. I can't remember. Anyway, I thought I'd have a go. So today I've just got two different kinds of paper. This is a piece of Yupo paper. Yupo is a specialist paper for use with alcohol inks. And this is just a piece of actually glossy photographic paper. This is by Epsom. I guess if you used a matte photographic paper, it might have the look, more of the look of the Yupo. I really don't know, but you know, we're just going to have a go. So here I have got a couple of bits of Yupo, a couple of bits of photographic paper, and I've also got one piece of vellum, because I quite like using alcohol inks on vellum. I'm going to do a bit of an experiment today, something I haven't done before, but it might go horribly wrong, but you know, we'll see how we go. Why I have got two sorts is this. You can make alcohol ink move around using alcohol. In the States, they would use probably isopropyl alcohol. Well, don't get that in the UK, but we do have surgical spirit, which reacts, I believe, in a similar way. And that is my cheap way of having a blending solution. This is the one that's made by Tim Holt, by Adirondack, and it does react with alcohol inks. That's what I'm going to do too. I'm going to try one lot with the real paper, the pretend paper, and another lot with the real paper and the pretend alcohol paper, one with replacement alcohol and one with blending solution, just so we can have a look and see if there's much difference. I don't know where we'll go. I don't know what we're doing with this, but let's get some of this stuff out of my way. And let's put those on one side for a moment. So here I've got my Yupo paper, photographic paper, and I've got three alcohol inks here. I've got Citrus, Stream, and Bottle. Need a bit of bottle to do this. The other day, the whole box of alcohol inks came crashing down on my head, and I think some are still in the depth somewhere. I don't know. The box doesn't look quite as full as it was. Anyway, here we go. Let's have a go. This is, oh God, Stream. There we go. Haven't used this for a while, obviously. Right, a few drops. And the next one, that was Bottle. This is Stream. That was, beg your pardon, did I say it wrong? I listen back to these videos and I say all sorts of things incredibly wrong. So this is Stream. You can see immediately there's more of an effect on the actual Yupo paper than there is on the photographic paper. So here we go. And this one is Citrus. Yet another green. Why I'm doing the two like this is because sometimes, you know, crafty stuff is not cheap. It really isn't. And if you can get an effect that is pleasant without spending an arm and a leg, then I'm kind of all for it. So, let's try the real thing here. This is alcohol blending solution. Let's just try a little bit of this. See what happens. Can you see it moving? Don't want too much. I'll just knock it for 6. Let's try on this one now. starting to move. I mean, you may prefer the effect on the photographic paper to the other one. Now, to give it a bit of a hand and let it move around a bit more, I've got various things here. I've got some sponge doodads. I don't know what you call them. I don't know. These are by Viva. And if you can move the ink around. Not too fond of lines. Let's try on this one. I don't know if I can use the same. Yeah, I can use the same thing. It's all a matter of kind of taste, really. Now, if you were to drop tiny bits of, let's just put some, I don't want to use that brush, let's use this one. Let's put some alcohol onto this. Now, if I spray it, can you see what happens? This is a much more sort of quiet effect of the alcohol. Now, I'm going to give them a bit of a hurry up because I want to do something else. I'm going to use my heat tool on it, which dries off a bit. I am incredibly impatient, and the thing I wanted to try, let's take these gloves off. I hate wearing gloves. If I might have gone a bit too far. If I put some gilding flakes on top of here, the gilding flakes should stick where the alcohol ink is still a bit wet. If it's dry, it shouldn't stick so much. So let me just, if you don't sneeze, whatever you do, if you've got gilding flakes, that would absolutely go everywhere. Let's put that on the top. Don't breathe. Now if I just get a piece of card, just want to press this down. Trying to get it back into the pot is a whole other ball game. Right, let's have a look. Right, I pressed it down. Now, with this dry brush, I want to just brush it off a little bit. Get off the loose stuff. There we go. Hold your breath. Pick that up later. That one hasn't stuck. That's interesting, isn't it? Look at that. There's a bit damp down the bottom. No, it's not sticking. That's interesting. Whoa. Okay, now, this one I want to just burnish a bit. This thing is called, I believe, a Scoochie or some such name. And it will just burnish what's on there. Now, there's not much left, is there? I might go again. It's quite pretty, though. Look at that. Haven't tried this before, so I didn't know at all what was going to happen. That one didn't work at all. That one I would not use for a background. I would use that one for die cutting. Right, let me just scoop this lot away for a minute, because I want to try doing a similar thing as I've just done, but using the Surgical Spirit instead of the blending solution, just to see if the effect is a bit different. It's all a bit of a learning curve, really. It's what we do all the time, isn't it? Okay, don't sneeze. Right, this time let's use some different colours just for a change. Right, I've got red pepper. Red pepper. While I'm at it, I think I'll do the vellum at the same time. Can you see that? Let me just take a look just a minute. Yes, you can see that. Okay, next, what's this one I've got? Butterscotch. Butterscotch. It's just a question of popping it on, really. Lovely effect on the vellum, can you see? Look at that. Beautiful. Whoa. And with that, what's this one called? It's got ink all over it. Sunshine Yellow. Oh my word, Sunshine Yellow. See this going, can't you? Photographic paper doesn't work much. Okay. Right, now let's try some of this Surgical Spirit instead of the blending solution. So I'm going to dip this in there. It's interesting, isn't it? Need a bit more. Should have put this in a little pot, really. Let's dry it just a little, and then we can try the flakes again to see if they're going to work. Excuse me a moment. That was clever, wasn't it? Oh my goodness. we had flakes everywhere. Oh Lord. Now, I don't know if they're going to stick to that one there. They didn't on the last one. They're a bit wetter on this one. Let's just see. A bit of... I thought I'd bought 2 pots of the same. I've got that and that. Thought they were the same, but they have a slightly different name, so I obviously chose it very carefully. Right, let's just press this down. Right, before I do anything else, I'm just going to put a bit of this back and put the lid over the top, even if it's not shut. There we go. Right, now I'm going to brush a bit off. Oh, that's too wet. I was saying in one of the videos I did recently making backgrounds, when they're first done, you might look at them and think, what on earth is this? That's not going to be useful for anything. But if you use a little selective die cutting, it's amazing, you know, what appears, really. Now that looks nice, doesn't it? That's lovely. Look at that veining going through. So I haven't tried this before. I think I need to probably refine my technique somewhat. I don't think this is going to work at all. No, that's not stuck at all. I think the alcohol dries really fast on photographic paper. Now let's look at the vellum. A bit there. Some of that was probably a bit dry. That's pretty. That is pretty, isn't it? Lovely. So that is the general gist of things. The idea is not to get in such a pickle as I am, but I'll clean all this up presently. Someone else asked me as well about when you've done one of these techniques for a background, does it rub off? Now, I have done backgrounds before now, trying out new things, and occasionally I have got to the stage where I think, oh, that's lovely, it's finished, and I touch it and it comes off on my fingers. But you can still use that background. If you decide you like a background a lot, try and find a die which will cut an aperture like this, so that you can put something behind it and you can still see a lot of the beauty of that background that you've made, but you're not going to actually touch it, because if you pop your front panel up onto some foam tape or little foam pads or whatever, you can raise that away from the surface. You'll be able to see the design, but it won't transfer onto your fingers or anything else. There we go. As I ever say, have a go yourself. You'd probably do a jolly sight better than I did today, getting in all this mess. But these techniques are fun, and they can look absolutely superb when you're finished. I will finish these off. I'll make them into cards, and you can see what happened to them. So thanks very much once more for watching.